The Daily Signal is coming to you live from the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are now joined by Congressman Mark Green of Tennessee, also the chairman of the Homeland Security Committee. You, sir, have had a busy week. Obviously, in light of what happened on Saturday, the tragic shooting, the attempted assassination of President Trump, you have some big plans ahead for your committee to hold the Secret Service and the FBI and Department of Homeland Security accountable for what transpired. Tell us what you have in store.
Yeah, so we obviously sent immediately requests for documents because that's what you really have to tell them to hold and to not get rid of. So that request went out. That deadline is tomorrow. So the subpoenas are already written. If they don't comply, we'll subpoena them. We've got hearings set for next week. We requested the leadership, the Secret Service, Mayorkas, and Director Ray. Director Ray has said he can't make it. That's fine. Maybe he can send a deputy. That'd be fine with us. We definitely want the Secret Service leadership there. We're going to tour the site on Monday. We're going out to Pennsylvania, to Butler, and just tour the site and get a look at everything, look at the ground. And that's the next few days. So I'm having a lot of calls with people who are there, and calls with Secret Service, calls with local law enforcement, lots of things going on.
Now, ideally, how would an investigation take place? I know the American people have a lack of confidence in the FBI, just to put it bluntly. That's not anything new. That's a revelation. So they have said that they will take the lead, but there have been also calls for either Congress to take the lead or there would be some sort of independent body that may
I think that you're going to see a mix of a little bit of all of that.
Okay.
And it's not as much the FBI as it is the Secret Service, right? So the Secret Service provides the security, takes care of the site. They do the perimeter security, all that. That is not even in the FBI's mission set, right? The FBI's job is to come in when a crime has occurred and investigate that crime. And all of the information we're getting from the FBI has been fantastic. Not so much on Secret Service, the whole description of the slope of the building, that's just ridiculous, right? And everybody sees that. America sees that. So it's that sort of muddled, quite frankly, BS explanation is creating it's creating the opportunity for all the potential conspiracies that are out there. And we have to look at not only incompetence but intentionality, but there's no reason to be stupid and say something like that and just create more noise.
Your colleague, Senator Marsha Blackburn, was among 4 senators who confronted the Secret Service
Marsha.
director.
We're going after him too. We're
Okay.
chasing him too. We're just chasing him with documents,
That's right.
under oath testimony. We're going to get to the bottom of it. I mean, I led the impeachment of Alejandro Mayorkas, and we did it very methodically, and we were strategic about how we did it, and that's how we'll approach this.
Yes. Do you, Senator Kevin Cramer was among that group last night. He said that one of the most important things the Secret Service could do right now is be transparent. The American people.
Yes, that absolutely. And that's what I was kind of talking about. But, if they're not, it provides the opportunity for all these, disinformation campaigns to happen from our adversaries. So things that divide us as a nation. Let's get the truth out there as quickly as possible. And right now, I'm not so sure that the Secret Service is doing that. Or the Secret Service director. Now, I will tell you that the Secret Service agents, they're fantastic. They're phenomenal. But, man, the leadership, really disappointing.
Yeah. Secret Service, obviously, strong presence here at the convention.
Yeah, they're doing a great job here.
Yeah, nothing
Lots
but great.
Lots of drones over the head.
That's right.
Overhead. I don't know why there wasn't one in Pennsylvania.
I want to cover one other topic with you, sir, and that's the border crisis.
Yeah.
You've taken a leading role in Congress, first with the passage of H.R. 2, Secure the Border Act. Obviously, we've seen the Senate fail to bring that up for consideration. Most recently, the House took action on the SAVE Act to keep non-citizens from voting in our elections. What more can the House do to keep the focus on these issues?
I think continued oversight obviously is what's critical, and just continuing to shine a light on what's happening and the downstream effects to the American people, the taxpayer, and of course the human costs of this tragedy, the human trafficking, the deaths to fentanyl, the crime in our streets, the new cartel nexus formed with our drug gangs and stuff has really ramped up crime in the country. So shining a light on it, we can continue to do that. We can continue to try to get legislation done, but if the Senate's just going to sit there and do nothing with it, but our job is to continue to do legislation if we can.
It's been a noticeable topic of conversation here at the Republican National Convention,
it's
security and crime. Yeah,
it's the #1 national security threat. It's our southern border.
And can you speak just to that point? We've had so many people on the terror watch list cross the border under Joe Biden's watch. What kind of risk does that put us at?
Yeah, so we've had 372 known on the watch list, apprehended trying to cross the southern border, right? Now, the question is how many in the 2 million gotaways were actually on the watch list, right? We don't know the answer to that question because, and I asked Director Ray last time he was in front of the committee, can you guarantee me that Hamas, and he said, no, I can't. And of course, you see in the open source information, all these reports about I think it was 8 recently, ISIS guys in New York planning an attack in Philadelphia. So clearly, they're getting across and coming into the country. I can give example after example. It's terrible.
We appreciate your leadership on so many of these issues. I know that it's kept you quite busy as chairman of the committee.
Yeah, that's right.
Congressman Mark Green of Tennessee, thanks for being with the Daily
thanks for having
Signal.
me on.
We'll be back with more interviews from the Republican National Convention, the final day here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Stay tuned.